Okay, so why don't women get more ultrasounds during their pregnancy?
Hey, I'm Kara. I'm an ultrasound tech in Canada, and let's go ahead and hopefully clarify why we do not get more ultrasounds than what is medically necessary in pregnancy. So, the first big thing, which is pretty universal, is the fact that we do not want to expose baby to more ultrasounds than what is medically needed. Ultrasound does heat up the fetal tissue as well as the maternal tissue, basically any tissue that you are scanning to some degree. So, although we have had studies that prove with the number of ultrasounds that you get in pregnancy, as long as it is medically necessary, that there is no known risk to them. But at the same time, we also have to consider the fact that we don't know what the limit would be, as in, we don't know when it is unsafe versus safe for how many ultrasounds you can get in pregnancy. And this is why, when you have a normal, healthy pregnancy in Canada, anyways, you only get 2 to 3 scans. There is absolutely still some risk to ultrasound, including the fact that, again, it does heat up tissue. If we're using color Doppler, it definitely does heat up tissue even further. As well as, again, there can't really be ethical studies done on humans as to when that threshold is going to be, when it is going to be more harmful than helpful for baby. Obviously, when you are a high risk pregnancy, this is a little bit different because if you have a high risk for things such as, let's say, like placental abruption or shortened cervix, etc., then ultrasound is going to help monitor that. And because you are in that high risk category, then the benefits do outweigh the risks at that point to be getting more ultrasounds. The second reason is going to be a financial or funding issue. So in Canada, we do have healthcare that we all pay into, and that means the scans that we are getting are for free, technically, basically not out of pocket for us directly. But at the same time, it still does cost the government money, and it also costs us money in taxpayer dollars. But if you think about it, if every single person got way more scans than what is necessary, not only are we putting baby and mom at higher potential risk for just being exposed to ultrasound, but the cost of that would be astronomical. So cost definitely does play a role in it. And the third thing that I wanted to touch on is Haley, this original creator of this video that I'm stitching. She did mention that, oh, now she's in the 3rd trimester. How do we know for sure if baby is going to be okay from the point that she's at now and all the way up to birth? Which is definitely a totally valid concern when you are not getting all of these ultrasounds done to check on baby. But again, taking the first two things into account, the regular OB visits that you are getting, especially in the 3rd trimester, they are monitoring your fundal height for growth, as well as baby's fetal heart rate. These two things do give a good indication of growth in the 3rd trimester. And in the 3rd trimester, we are not using ultrasound to be checking on fetal anatomy structures like we are in the 2nd trimester. So basically, in the 3rd trimester, when you're coming in for an ultrasound, it really is just to check on baby's growth. And if you're high risk, then it would be to check on other things. But again, in a normal, healthy pregnancy, if you're just going to the OB to check on growth in the 3rd trimester, that is enough. You do not need an ultrasound to check on baby's growth unless there is a discrepancy between what you should be measuring at and what you are actually measuring at your doctor's office. So hopefully this has cleared up as to why we don't do all these extra scans in pregnancy. It is first and foremost just to prevent baby and mom from being exposed to more ultrasound than what is medically necessary. Secondly, it is a financial issue. And third, when you are having a normal, healthy pregnancy and nothing has come up, then it has been shown that ultrasound really doesn't aid in any sort of extra information being given in general to the doctor. So again, it's just really not necessary in a medical sense. So why would we expose mom and baby to more ultrasound if it really doesn't improve the outcome in a normal, healthy pregnancy?